switching lanes all of a sudden. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy.
Welcome back to the Beauty Inspires Beauty podcast. I am your host, Jessica Bergio. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about not waiting till you feel like you're ready. This is a subject that keeps coming up in my coaching calls. And it's something, today is an impromptu recording. I am in my living room. I needed a change of pace to get out of my office. So I moved everything into the living room and I'm sitting out here. And I just felt so compelled. I had 30 minutes today to record this episode for you guys because it's a common theme that keeps popping up during my coaching sessions. And it's that feeling of waiting until you feel ready, waiting until you're confident to do the thing or start the thing. And so I wanted to bring this to you guys in the industry because often I feel like there's so many times where I've heard hairdressers, skin technicians, people in our industry that want to teach or they want to create a course or they want to go into coaching or guiding or mentoring, maybe even open a salon or move into a different location, and they just don't feel ready. And I'm here to tell you, like, if there's any moms listening, if you've ever felt like you don't feel ready, this is for you guys, because this is one of those things that if you wait until that perfect time when you feel ready, when you have just the right amount of money, when all of the stars have aligned, often we'll never even realize that we're at that point. So taking action and exploring what that's going to look like before you actually feel ready, starting to move the needle just a little bit before you feel like maybe you know what you're even doing. So that's why I talk so much about and share so much about what goes on in these conversations with my coaching clients, because I know that if one person's struggling with it, one of you guys might also be struggling with it. And for me, it went on for years. The struggle to feel like I wasn't ready yet, that I needed to do a couple more things or learn a few more things or take a few more classes before I could start to teach. And, you know, I see myself so much in my clients when, you know, they've been behind the chair for X amount of years and I know they want to get into education. They come to me because they want to create a course. They come to me because they want to figure out how to do maybe what I'm doing or create their own program or whatever it might be, or start their own education. And they're like, I just really feel like I need to take a few more classes. And I always have to remind them of what they already know. And the fact that, like, whatever it is that you already have inside of you, whatever education, whatever experience, whatever background, whatever story you have to share is enough to at least get you started, at least launch your first course, launch your first program, launch your first class of some sort. And I'm here to tell you, until you do those first couple of classes or courses or teachings or whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to feel like you're not ready. You're going to let fear or that self, limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome will start to take over and keep you small, keep you from ever stepping out into the light you were meant to be in. So today's friendly reminder is to just start before you're ready. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. And to really, if this is what is on your heart, on your mind to do or create, or to explore something different than what it is you're doing right now, give yourself some space to embody what that would look like if you were already doing it. When we can get out of our head and drop into our bodies and really embody what that feeling of doing those things would feel like, that's when you can see so clearly that it's going to be okay and it's going to be exciting. And you may not know exactly how to do it because you've never done it before. So until you do it, you're not going to know what it's actually going to be like. And it's probably going to be so much better than you could ever have imagined. I'm so thankful and sit in so much gratitude to be able to facilitate accountability and coaching for the Fast Foundations mastermind that I was a part of a few years ago. I've now coached for them for about a year and a half. This is my third round with them. And the same common theme comes up every time I have a new person who's just jumped in the group. The conversation goes something like, well, I've wanted to do this thing and I tried, maybe once or twice and nobody bought the course or nobody came to the thing, or, I don't think I'm smart enough, or I don't know what value I have to add to this group. And I almost didn't join the mastermind because I feel like these people are at such a different level than I am. And it only takes one or two calls, and it only takes one or two times for them to be put into the group that they realize they're all the same. We all started at the same place. We all start with, not being sure if our ideas, what we really want to do. We all start with, not having tons of clarity around who we want to serve. We all start with that massive imposter syndrome, like, who am I to do or teach or be this person? I went through all of that and I still struggle with it now. Like, who wants to hear me ramble and talk? But if what I've learned has helped me, I know it can help you guys too. And that is my sole purpose in doing this podcast, is sharing insight, turning the light inward on myself to figure out what's working, what's not working. It's all part of the self-development journey. So wherever you guys are at in that journey for yourself, if you listen to this podcast, I want you to just really take a moment and honor where you're at. I always like to remind you guys, honor where you're at, because without the journey, you wouldn't be where you're at. And if there's things on your heart that you want to try or do, it doesn't have to be quit your job and start a new business. It doesn't have to be become a coach or an educator. It could, find yourself in the story. It could mean anything pertaining to your life, whether you're in a relationship you shouldn't be in anymore, or you want to get into a relationship and you've convinced yourself, I'm not ready to date. When I give myself this much time, then I'll be ready. Or, if I just stick it out for 6 more months, then he'll love me the way he should. Or, we tell ourselves, when that, then this. And I'm here to tell you, it's generally doesn't work that way. So stay in the heart center of what is speaking to you, because if you have that little voice inside of you that wants to come out and play, if you have that little voice inside of you that's kind of been maybe screaming at you to go out and create, to try that thing or to figure something out, that voice is only going to get louder and louder until it's literally like a full body, scream at you. And you will wake up one day feeling either burnt out with what you're doing because it's not in alignment anymore, or you're so off course, you don't even know where to start. So I challenge you to tap into that little voice inside and figure out what it is she wants and needs and what is next for you. And if it looks like a coach or a guide or a mentor, find that person for you who can help you get to the next level in your career or your life. That is something that I truly love to do. And I never knew it was meant for me until I stepped into this space. Becoming a coach for the mastermind was never something I thought was on my radar. And it more or less fell into my lap by putting myself in the right situation, the right containers with coaching, going on to the next thing, trying the next thing, even when I didn't or couldn't see the path clearly. I had faith in myself that I would figure it out, even if I didn't know what it was in that moment. So this is just your Friday reminder to tap into that, to see what is calling to you, what is working for you, what is speaking to you, embody what it would look like for you to be at that place, and really sit with that vision of what could be. And I'm sending you guys so much love as always. I will see you next week, same time, same place. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you need more support on the back end, I'm always open to doing the one-on-one coaching with you guys. That lights me up like nothing else, helping you get real, true clarity around the next step in your life or your business and really figuring it out. That shit just gets me fired up. And I love seeing the ahas go off for you guys. I love seeing the rituals around self-care and really learning the boundaries that you need in your life in order to get to the next place. So much love to you guys. I will see you on the next one.
Switching lanes all of a sudden. I'm going